The galaxy had grown too confident. For years, alien empires looked at Earth as a small, noisy world with no real power. They traded above our skies, watched our signals, and whispered about how easily we could be conquered. Humanity had warned them once, a simple message sent across the stars: "Do not cross Earth again." But the warning was ignored. Now, near the edge of the Sol system, thousands of alien warships gathered. Their engines burned like red suns. From their command bridges, alien leaders smiled coldly. They had destroyed worlds before. Earth, they thought, would be no different. On the moon's dark side, human defense satellites watched in silence. Deep under the surface of Earth, inside hidden bunkers, commanders spoke in calm voices. "They're coming," one said. "Activate Black Protocol." The order spread like lightning through secret channels. Far below the ocean's huge metallic doors began to open. Inside them slept machines older than the war itself, ships built not for defense but for survival. Humanity had built them quietly, waiting for this moment. The alien armada began to move. Mars turned red with fire. The sky above Earth filled with signals, thousands of enemy ships locking their weapons. Yet the humans did not respond. From orbit, an alien commander laughed. "So this is Earth's final warning?" he said. But deep within the planet, something ancient woke. The ground trembled. Energy fields rose from the surface, unseen by alien eyes, and in that final moment of silence, every human knew Earth had been holding back long enough. The first strike came without mercy. The alien fleet surrounded Mars and opened fire. Red beams sliced through the thin atmosphere, tearing apart human colonies one by one. Explosions painted the planet's surface in burning light. For the aliens, it was a short and glorious victory. Their leaders laughed, believing humanity had finally fallen. But something was strange. Moments after the destruction, all transmissions from Mars went silent. Not human cries for help, not distress signals, just silence. Then faint energy readings began to appear, unknown, unstable, and growing stronger every second. Aboard the alien command ship, confusion spread. "It's coming from the ruins," one officer said, "from where the human base used to be." The commander frowned. Impossible. Nothing could survive that. Yet below them, the dust of Mars began to move. Out of the red storms, a massive shadow rose. It wasn't a mountain nor a ship they recognized. It was something new. Black metal glowing with blue veins of energy, alive and awake. The object lifted from the surface slowly, silently. The alien scanners went blank. Their weapons failed. One by one, ships lost power. Panic spread through the fleet. Then, without warning, the black vessel vanished, only to reappear behind the alien ships. With one burst of light, half the fleet disappeared. No debris, no signal. Only emptiness where hundreds of ships once were. From Earth, human commanders watched through secret satellites. "It worked," one whispered. "Project Ares has awakened." The aliens tried to retreat. But the void followed them. Cold, silent, unstoppable. For the first time in galactic history, the predators of the stars felt fear across Earth. Alarms echoed in hidden bases buried deep below cities and mountains. The activation of Project Ares had triggered a global awakening. For decades, humanity had prepared in silence, building what no alien could ever imagine. Now the sleeping giants were opening their eyes. Massive doors beneath the ocean split apart, releasing titanic shapes into the dark water. Metallic hulls glowed blue as the ships rose slowly toward the surface. In orbit, cloaked satellites blinked alive, forming a shimmering defense grid around Earth. From the Arctic to the Sahara, the planet itself began to hum as if it had found its heartbeat again. In a secret control room, Commander Reeves watched the data flood in. His voice was steady. "All systems online. Humanity is no longer in hiding." Far beyond the moon, alien scouts tried to analyze the strange signals. Their systems glitched, their readings scrambled. The very space around Earth was changing, bending, twisting, alive with impossible energy. Then they saw it. Hundreds of enormous ships rising from Earth's shadow side. Each one carried the mark of the Phoenix, humanity's forgotten symbol of rebirth. The alien commander, shocked, ordered his fleet to open fire. But the human ships didn't dodge. They simply vanished, teleporting instantly behind the enemy lines. A moment later, light consumed the void. When the glare faded, the alien formation was gone. On Earth, people looked to the sky as streaks of light crossed the night. For the first time in centuries, humanity was united, not in fear, but in power. The message was clear. Earth would never kneel again. The news spread across the stars like wildfire. Earth had struck back. Entire alien networks went dark, their fleets destroyed without warning. No one understood how humanity had changed so fast. The Galactic Council called emergency meetings, their voices filled with panic. For centuries, humans were seen as weak, but now they were rewriting the laws of war. Humanity did not wait. The new fleet, known as the Phoenix Armada, launched from Earth and spread through the system. Each ship moved like light itself, bending space and time. Their weapons were silent. No explosions, no sound, just flashes of white light that erased ships from existence. The first human counterattack targeted the colonies where aliens had once enslaved humans. When the fleets arrived, they did not come for revenge, they came for justice. The alien overseers tried to fight, but their weapons melted mid-air, their engines frozen by unseen energy. Within hours, every human captive was free. Across the galaxy, old enemies began to tremble. How did they do this? Whispered a Xeran general. What power could they possibly hold? From orbit, a human commander spoke one calm sentence into the open channel. You took our mercy as weakness. Now you'll face what we kept hidden. The signal reached every listening ship. And then from the black of space, hundreds of human drones appeared, sleek, invisible, and deadly. They tore through fleets, shutting down systems, leaving wreckage behind. In one night, the galactic balance shattered. Humanity was no longer prey. The hunters had become the hunted. And somewhere deep in space, the true enemy finally took notice. The galaxy refused to believe what it was seeing. Dozens of mighty empires had fallen in days. Their fleets, once symbols of power and now drifted silently, broken and empty. The Galactic High Council gathered their final hope. The Invincible Armada, a force unmatched in history. 10,000 warships armed with weapons capable of burning entire worlds moved toward Earth. From their massive command ship, the alien leaders spoke with arrogance. We will erase humanity from the stars, they vowed. But humanity was ready. At the edge of the Sol system, the Phoenix Armada waited in silence. No taunts, no fear. The humans knew this battle would decide everything. Commander Reeves stood aboard the flagship the Revenant, his eyes calm. For every world that fell, he said, for every life they took, this is the reckoning. The alien fleet advanced. The stars lit up with fire. Explosions filled the void. But human ships moved like ghosts, teleporting, splitting into light, reforming behind enemy lines. The aliens fired millions of rounds, yet hit nothing. Then the Revenant charged its main cannon, the Singularity Core. One shot, one burst, and space itself folded. A black ripple expanded, swallowing the alien armada. Ships vanished, sensors died, silence returned. Only one transmission remained, a voice trembling. They are not human anymore. When the dust cleared, only the Revenant remained, glowing, silent, victorious. Across the galaxy, empires fell quiet. The myth of alien supremacy was gone. The invincible had fallen, and humanity, once mocked, now stood as the new power of the stars. Silence filled the galaxy once more. The great alien fleets were gone, their empires shattered. Planets once filled with pride now floated in quiet fear. The stars themselves seemed to hold their breath. Humanity had won, not just a war, but its place in the cosmos. Earth, once ignored and insulted, now burned like a new sun of power and unity. The Phoenix Armada returned home, their ships scarred but undefeated. Across every continent, people looked up to the night sky, no longer in fear but in awe. They had survived the impossible. They had become something greater. Inside the United Earth Command, Commander Reeves stood before a transmission screen connected to the entire galaxy. His voice was calm, steady, and cold. To those who doubted us, to those who attacked our worlds and killed our people, hear this. We asked for peace. You answered with war. We offered mercy. You saw weakness. Now you will remember this forever. Earth does not kneel. The message echoed through every frequency. Across distant systems, alien leaders watched in silence, their armies broken, their pride turned to ash. Some tried to hide. Others bowed their heads. But all understood one truth. Humanity had become untouchable. Then slowly the human fleet began to move again, not to conquer, but to guard. New alliances formed under Earth's command. Planets once enemies now sought protection under the human banner. In the darkness beyond the stars, an ancient presence watched. Perhaps somewhere far away, a greater challenge waited. But for now, humanity stood tall, the defenders of the new age, and in the endless night of space, one promise echoed forever. We are humanity, and we are done holding back.